Good afternoon, New York.
Yay!
I am ecstatic to see you all out here today because it means that we understand that this fight is far from over. Far from over, correct?
Yes! Yes!
First of all, I just want to thank New York Freedom Rally or Freedom Group for continuing in the fight and pushing this. They are risking their reputations, their freedoms. They are putting everything at risk to keep this going, and they are leading it. They are the exemplification of magistrates, and I just want to give them a round of applause. Because it's always been young people that's driven this nation forward, right? It's always a select few. You just need a few people who understand who they are and whose they are, and the power that they have, and what they exude, and the authority under which they stand. And that is this group right here. And so I thank you for your accolades, but I'm here because they are keeping this movement going. You understand? And we all can answer the call. And you're here because I guess you are answering the call. You're not falling for the okie doke. You're not falling for the bait and switch. You're not falling for the mind games that are being played. You're not falling for the fact that they're claiming to lift mandates while pushing legislation and regulations behind the closed doors, right? Okay? At the same time that they're lifting vaccine mandates and mask mandates, they're passing regulations to say that the governor, by her single opinion, can determine who is a health risk and detain us. Right? Anyone that's been exposed to a communicable disease is considered a health risk and can be detained in a facility of her choice for an unlimited amount of time. No more due process. No more probable cause. No more equal protection. No more bodily integrity. No more Fourth Amendment. No more 13th. Well, the 13th Amendment will be live and in full effect at that point. I've been talking about this since last year, right? Didn't I say they were going to turn? Hi, Karen. They were going to turn this into a law so that they could now say if you refuse to comply, that now you've broken the law and they can do what they want to do with you, right? But it was said that it was conspiracy theory, correct? All of the conspiracy theories are now theories. They're no longer just conspiracy theories. They're now theories that have been tested and proven, right? And are actually happening. And you have people that are siding with this. Average people that are saying, go ahead. But you know what I realized? You know this philosophy of tolerance that has been pushed for the past few years? Anyone know what I'm talking about? That we have to be tolerant and we're a nation of tolerance. And it was passed as this wonderful concept, right? But that never sat right with me. I never fell for that, and it just didn't make sense. Because in my brain, and I've always taught my daughter, you don't go where you're tolerated, you go where you're celebrated. Because if I'm tolerating you, I don't care to know about you. I don't really care about you. I'm just putting up with you for a limited amount of time. I'm being cordial for the amount of time that it takes for me to get whatever benefit I need to get, or to close this deal or whatever it is, and then you need to be out of my face within a certain amount of time. So what's happening now is you have part of the population that's saying, yeah, well, if they didn't get vaccinated, then they need to suffer the consequences. Then they need to, lose their job and all this stuff. Because we've been brainwashed. And when they taught us tolerance, it was a back door sliding in of this psychosis that is now taking effect in our society. So what's happening is we, the unvaccinated, had a certain amount of time in which we needed to comply. And because we haven't complied, now they're saying, well, so be it. Who cares? Let them lose their job. Let them go. Let them lose their homes and whatever. Because that whole concept of tolerance, time is up. Time's up, and it's now time for you to comply. And so that's why the compliance situation never works. It does not work. And the problem with our movement for the powers that be on the other side is that it is multicultural. It is multi-ethnic. It doesn't care about race, religion, creed, color, or anything else. Vaxxed or unvaxxed. It doesn't care about sexual orientation or anything of that. I'm just happy to see you all in actuality, the strength that we have is within our diversity. This is true diversity, right? The strength is in our diversity. Because it's not one people group, it's not one mindset, it's not one philosophy, it's not one religious belief, it's a smorgasbord of everybody coming together. And we're all coming together, unified on one concept of freedom. And that is it. That is it. This is true love. This is true freedom. Because we celebrate each other. When I come into a situation like this and I see so many different people, so much true diversity, I am happy. I am celebrating the fact that we all look different. But what we are similar in, and actually what we are directly the same in, right, is our mindset and our goals and what we're looking for and what we're refusing to live without. And that is freedom on all levels. They are trying to dehumanize us by humiliating us. Ghettoization. Asset confiscation. Because when they come for you and take you out of your homes, remove you from your jobs, how do you then keep your property? How do you keep your house going? How do you maintain your families? So that humiliation, dehumanization, ghettoization, asset confiscation, annihilation, and then ultimately extermination. Where have we seen this playbook before? Where have we seen this playbook before? They're setting up bills and databases to track us, put our information into a database with the promise that they'll never turn it over to the federal government. They're full of crap. They're full of it. They already did, exactly. And then they send people to pick you up wherever you are, right? And remove you, detain you. And when they remove the adults from the homes, what happens to the children? Has anyone thought that far? And where do the children end up? So you tell me what's happening right now. I don't care, and I always say, I don't care if you're vaxxed or unvaxxed. This is about unity. This is about humanity. We have to first see each other as humans. Then we don't get to any other individual groups. We don't need groups. Guess what? I don't want women's rights. I want human rights. Because if you represent me as a human being, then you will see my humanity before you even get to my womanhood. And you will understand my needs as a woman. And so I don't need to go out and carve out a set of rules that's designated for one people group. We are human beings first. And just by virtue of being humans, I am entitled to certain rights that is given to me, not by man, not by Hochul, not by the president, not by any of these legislators.